the city to the island. It's a 50 toll and a 35 mile per hour zone, but a great way to get back and forth to the city to the island. Okay, we have a little song we're going to put on for you. Oh, PJ Milton. This is a song. Let's see if anybody knows who sings it. We'll give you a clue. My friend from Miami might know this. She's in her 30s. She's a pop singer from Mexico. She had a concert during the Super Bowl over on Miami. Her initials are PR. Her name is Paulina Rubio. Yeah, you got it. Okay. The person who sings the song, her name is Paulina Rubio. Now, the reason we're playing the song is we're about to see her house. Now, even if most of you don't know who she is, she still has a really cool house, so we're going to check it out. Okay, it's coming up on the left-hand side. It's this big white house here. It has a boat tied up right in front of it, lots of trees. Now, this house was actually featured on MTV Cribs, if you're familiar with that show. And as we pass the house, you're going to see a really cool feature. You're able to look right through the middle of the house as we pass into her front yard. Now, the reason we're able to do that, she's got a beautiful patio located right in the middle of her house, dividing the house into two sections, the left side and the right side. Now, as you notice, there are long white drapes coming down on either side of the opening there. Once in a while, when we pass, she'll have those drapes pulled all the way across the middle portion of the house, turning that patio into a very private patio area. Now, the really cool thing about this house is that she credits this house with saving her marriage. Reason being, she lives in the left side of the house. Her husband lives on the right side. They meet in the center for coffee in the morning, true story, and then they go about the rest of their days separately. She says it's been nothing but marital bliss since they moved in. Isn't that a great idea? Brooklyn, I think you're already doing that already. Perfect, right? Yeah, you're right. All right, there he is all over there. Okay, fabulous. Okay, as we look out there, you'll see Miami Beach. Okay, hop over all those buildings, you'd end up in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, we haven't learned how to hop yet, so we're not going to do that, so don't worry. But now we're going to take a little gander over to the right side of our duck, and you'll see a cute little white house right there. Well, it's actually a big house. It's got long, skinny black windows, orange rooftop, and a little guest house off to the left. That house there is the former residence of a gentleman who was a crime reporter back in the 30s, and he went on to become the author of Guys and Dolls, the book, the play, the movie. Would anyone happen to know the author of Guys and Dolls? For $1 million? No? No? Okay, his name was Damon Runyon. Damon Runyon. You know what I was going to say. Okay, Damon. But currently, living in the house now, are the descendants of Levi Strauss & Company. The jeans, Levi's, right? So if you ever purchased a pair of Levi's, you're probably helping him pay his property taxes. There you go. There's the money. Right inside of that house is one of those manatee signs, too. It's low speed. Okay, now we're coming up to this yellow house here. It has a bell tower and a platform with a little roof on top of it. Anyone know what those little platforms are called when they're built on top of a house like that? Usually by the ocean or by the sea. Starts with a W. Yes, it's called a widow's walk or a widow's watch. 10 points for you, Westchester County. All right. Okay, it's called a widow's watch or a widow's walk. Now, the reason it's called that is because years ago, years ago when homes were built there, by the ocean or by the sea, they would put those platforms up on top of the houses so that the wives of the fishermen or sailors who lived in that particular house had a high place to go in the home, to look out to the water, to watch for the return of her husband's ship. Now, they didn't have cell phones back then, so the best they could do was build her a little perch so she had somewhere to go to watch for him and his return. Now, she finally saw his ship returning in the distance after being away for many months. She knew she had exactly 2 hours to do one of two things to get ready for his return. Anyone know what those two things might be? Yes, well, usually it's the men who say fix dinner, right? Clean the house, right? Cook a meal. Or, yes, I'm reading your mind. You don't even have to say it. Yes. Oh, shave your legs. Okay, I was thinking something else. Because most of the ladies say, kick the boyfriend out the back door. Yes. All right, now it's a very dangerous job being a fisherman or sailor. There's the Miami lady. There you go. Very dangerous job being a fisherman or sailor. There's always a chance he might not ever return. And if he did, in fact, not return, it would be while she was waiting for him on that platform that she'd realize she had become a widow. So that's why they call it that. All right, we're coming up to this beautiful yellow house right here. Another lovely example of nautical art deco. Now, this house does not look anything like that fancy Burger King, right? No porthole windows, but it looks like a different kind of house. I mean, different kind of boat. Yeah, what does it look like? Yeah. Yeah, a steamboat or a paddle boat, right? You put a big round wooden paddle on the side of the house there, right? Push it into the water. And watch it sink like a rock, because it's not really a boat, right? But it looks like a boat. Okay. We have another song for you. Let's see if y'all remember this song. Think 80s, think television show. Anybody know this song? Miami Vice, you got it. Miami Vice theme song. Now, do y'all remember that episode of Miami Vice where Don Johnson is zooming across the bay really fast, chasing after the bad guys? Right? Manatees are flying everywhere before they put the signs up, remember? Okay. Well, that was every episode. There's one particular episode where this beautiful lighthouse was featured. Now, Bruce Willis, the actor, played a drug czar, and this gorgeous home right here was his headquarters. Now, this house went on to appear in about 8 more episodes of Miami Vice, and since then it's always been referred to by the locals as the Miami Vice house. Now, I'm not really sure what the dome is all about on top there, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with showing off. What do you think? I think so, yeah. Right? Nobody else has one. All right. Now, do we have anyone here who knows who Dr. Phil is? Dr. Phil, right, on television? Oprah gave birth to Dr. Phil? Okay. Well, that Dr. Phil doesn't live here, but we do have a Dr. Phil of our own who does. Now, he may not be as famous as the Dr. Phil on television, but our Dr. Phil has a lot more money. Okay, reason being, our Dr. Phil was the founder of IVAX Pharmaceuticals. He went ahead and he sold his shares of IVAX Pharmaceuticals for $1.8 billion. Now, what might you do with $1.8 billion? Maybe just for starters? Well, you might build yourself a really nice house, right? How about on Star Island? Ladies and gentlemen, coming up on the right side, the big one, my friends. The 50, that's 50, the big one. $50 million estate of Dr. Philip Frost. Dr. Philip Frost. Look, see, isn't that nice? Look over there. Oh, look at me, look at him. Now, this beautiful home sits on 6.5 acres of land here on Star Island. His property taxes alone for this home, $750,000 per year. That's $750,000 in property taxes alone. Now, if you notice, there are palm trees that wrap along the entire perimeter of his property. See all those trees? All of those trees are identical. They are the same size. They come from the same gene pool. He actually had them imported from South Africa at a price of $10,000 per tree. Anyone want to take a wild guess why he did that? Because he can. Yes, that's what you were thinking, right? Because he can, right? Believe it or not, there are only 3 bedrooms in this beautiful house, but they're really big ones. Okay, there's a rumor he's not too fond of his relatives coming over all the time, thinking it was a hotel. Because it kind of looks like a hotel. Now, if you notice, I don't know if you can see it, the sun hits it right. In the middle, there's a cement wall, and there's a waterfall cascading down. But it isn't water. 100% pure vodka. No, it's not. Chicago, it's not vodka. If it was, you know me, we'd be a lot closer, right? We'd have our little cup shot glasses. We'd be calling our friends. All right, but a girl can dream, can't she? All right, beautiful home, and that is the most valuable estate here in Miami. Gorgeous. Okay, once again, we're looking to the east. There's beautiful Miami Beach. You see this tall condominium building right here? It has a yellow and blue stripe on it. As we're passing, you'll see it coming into sight very soon. We have the Lowe's Hotel. It actually looks like a missile getting ready to launch out of the top of that building. That is an example of futurism. Now, we're going to see that hotel a bit closer later on, right next to that big condo. Now, in the meantime, we see this fabulous little island over here on our right. Now, that island has a monument on it. Who would like to guess the name of the island with the monument on it? Monument Island, of course. Okay, now who is that monument for? Why is it there? I'm going to tell you. The monument is erected for Mr. Henry Flagler, and Henry Flagler is considered the father of Miami. Reason being, in the late 1800s, he brought down his East Coast Railroad from the north all the way down to Miami. Originally, he stopped that railroad in West Palm Beach, which is just over an hour north of here. He built the Breakers Hotel. He had his businesses in West Palm. He had no desire to bring that railroad any further south. No need.